Edgar Berlanga, super middleweight contender, just had an outstanding performance this past Saturday, February 24th, when he stopped Patrick Mccrory in 6 rounds. This was the type of performance that is a huge shot in the arm for Edgar. He's had some circumstances that have kind of set his career off track a moment, but he appears to be getting back to where he needs to be. And this performance, I have to say, was exactly what he needed and the type of opponent that he needed. Now, when you talk about how he started his career off, I think it was about 13 to 14 straight knockouts when he was coming up under top-ranked boxing. But he had always been noted as a better boxer in the amateurs than what he was showing in the pros. From what I understand, he has made some changes in his personal career where he has gone back to his original trainer. Now, one thing I noticed about the fight with Mccrory, he showed something that he hadn't shown before, but there were still signs of some troubling issues. But I am not here to overly criticize, only critique Edgar's performance from Saturday. He showed me that he could be focused, dialed in. He could be roughhouse when necessary, because this fight and Patrick, who was undefeated, was strong, a very good puncher in his own right. However, Berlanga was 9 years younger. See, people forget that part. Now, what Berlanga was able to do after the first couple of rounds was get into a point of rhythm, and he used footwork to step around, to step in and step out. The one thing that he could have done a little bit more, and he probably will be working on this with his coach and trainer, is utilize the jab a little bit more. Use it as a weapon, use it defensively, use it if he needs to rest for a moment and to ward off the attack of an opponent. The knockout, which came in the 6th round, was a well-placed right hand when Mccrory was trying to attempt an uppercut. It landed furious with bad intentions. And that's what you want. You don't want your fighter just going out there blazing, trying to kill a guy with every punch. But punch placement is essential in boxing. Another lost art. And though I saw him do a few things in there, Berlanga, low blows, elbows, hey, it's his personality. It's his characteristic. And you don't want to take that away from him, but you do want him to be mindful, because in the top matches against top opponents, points can be deducted. See, here he was the guy. So unless he really did some furious fouling, Mccrory wasn't going to get any favor when it came down to that. However, he was able to turn things up. And when he began to punch in combination, you could see the mismatch straight away. This is why I tell people all the time, the fighters of today do not use the skill sets that fighters of yesteryear used primarily, which was the ring generalship and footwork, punch placement, also putting the punches together in succession, not just a hard shot here and there or a 1-2, but to run the numbers, because typically when you get the shots off, It's the ones that come after 3 that begin to open the doors up. And boy, did Berlanga open up those doors on Patrick Mccrory. It was exciting and kind of give you the thought, I want to see the kid again. Now, post-fight, the promoter, Hearn and Matchroom, they were talking about the possibilities of Canelo Alvarez. Even though Canelo is everyone's focus because of not only he being who he is presently as the undisputed champion of the division, but the money that will come along with. Personally, I think that Berlanga should take about 3 more fights before he faces one of the former champions or one of the other top 5 contending fighters in the division. The reason that I say that is to give him a place of being familiar with who his present trainer is, the type of game planning and scheming that they would like to work together. Because Canelo is going to take his time and he's going to pick and choose. And if he were to choose Berlanga at this time, it's not because Berlanga is a great young future possible champion type fighter. It would because they look at him as he's still a little bit green when it comes down to being in there in a fight on that level at that stage. It would be similar to when Caleb Plant challenged Canelo. You see, Berlanga is better than Billy Joe Saunders, whom Canelo also defeated, but he may have a propensity to get sidetracked psychologically. And in a big fight, you don't want that. We all remember what happened when fighters break down in big fights like Galata or Tyson, McCall. You don't want to see that happen in the big fights. So you want them to be prepared to deal with what they deal with on all circuits. So Berlanga needs more challenges. He needs someone to compete against him in there, and not someone that's just going to upset his opportunity for a world title shot, but someone who's going to help bring him along to let us know that he truly has arrived. Yes, he can punch. Yes, he's strong. Yes, he's in his 20s. However, there are experiences untapped that in order to put him in a position to win against someone like Canelo Alvarez, he has not tread those waters as of yet. And I would like to see him do that before entering against Canelo. Because if he waits to do those things and do them properly, the sky is the limit. And that's how it should be looked at. Don't just rush the man in, but give him an opportunity to come in when he can be successful. And there's no groundwork for the success yet. There are other fighters out there that can test him and bring him along. Some are former world champions, like Darrell. We need to see that. And then maybe you can consider the likes of the guys in the top 5 and the world champion. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about Berlanga and what could be up next for him. And do you think he has what it takes to take that next step? Hearn seems to believe in him, but what about you? Let's discuss. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone, please remain safe.